And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, a real estate and finance expert, and goes to bat for you every day as your consumer advocate. Your host, Brandon Rhymes. And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, a real estate and finance expert, and goes to bat for you every day as your consumer advocate. Your host, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again, another day committed to picking a fight with the mainstream media and providing you the timely truth, centered around your real estate, credit, finance, estate planning, tax planning, and so much more. Over 75 show partners now associated with the Real Estate Quarterback Show and the Consumer Quarterback Show. We want to entertain, engage, enlighten, and help you live a better life. And our number one goal is to help you win in any marketplace.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
Now I want you to pull out your smartphone and save our Consumer Advocate Hotline number in your phone. It's 813-917-1894.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
813-917-1894. And we want you to bookmark realestateradiotampa.com. That's our website, blog site. You can see a plethora of information, show recaps, and all of our listings with Platinum MVP Realty. You see our listings tab. You can see our expert contributors by clicking on the expert contributors tab as well. And you can see the announcement cards with the contact information and the pictures of all of the voices that you're hearing on this show. Put a name with the face, so to speak. And we also utilize the hashtag AskTheREQB on social media. So if you're on social media out there and you have a question, just utilize the hashtag AskTheREQB. Or you can submit the form at realestateradiotampa.com. Once you submit that form, it's going to come to me just like an email, and my promise is to get back to you before my head hits the pillow. We also want to invite our fans and our listeners out there, as well as our viewers, we have a monthly gratitude party. So on the 21st of the month, coming up just a couple of weeks, we're doing something different this time. We're mixing it up. We're doing a pool party. So we're going to have a pool party for you down at Hula Bay. It's the official restaurant partner of the Real Estate Quarterback Show. And right at 12 noon on the 21st, we're going to have a pool party. We have some boats there from Freedom Boat Club. Come say hello to all your favorite radio show partners here, expert contributors on the Real Estate Quarterback Show. Hula Bay is just down on South Tampa, just south of Gandy off of West Shore on Tyson is the street name, but just Google search Hula Bay and you'll find us there at the pool. We're going to have a fun time, pool party. And we don't care if you're climbing a corporate ladder or if you throw a ladder in your truck on the way to work. This show's for you. We want to help you win in any marketplace. This segment is brought to you by my health team, consisting of Michael Vogt, who is an expert massage therapist, and he is the owner of Back in Health Massage, voted top 10 massage services in Tampa Bay by the Tampa Bay Business Journal's Best in the Biz Awards, multiple years running. And he's located at 3750 Gun Highway, suite number 106. Shout out to Michael Vogt, expert massage therapist. Now, part two of my health team is a shout out to Ray Milton. He is a vegan chef, does an awesome job cooking these great meals for me. Shouts out to Ray Milton with Ray's Vegan Soul. Find him on Facebook utilizing Ray's Vegan Soul. And his motto is where I'll hit you with the flavor. He's got some great food, very high quality organic foods, and I put it in my vehicle with me. A lot of times we're busy professionals. We're on the road running around, running appointments, listing appointments, meeting new show partners. And, it's a great opportunity to put that meal in your car and have your lunch or even like your 3:30, 4 o'clock meal like me with the 4 and 5 meals a day type of guy. So we are here live from iHeartRadio here in beautiful South Tampa, sunny South Tampa. And before we jump into this great content, it's Intelligent Talk Radio. I've got some intelligent folks here in studio with me. I've got Sara Chiarelli. She's the owner of Artful Conceptions, home design, interior design. Going to drop some knowledge on us about that, as well as Tom Keller with Metro Bench is in the house as well, marketing expert here in the Tampa Bay market. And before we jump into this content, though, I want to touch on just a quick open house, a brand new listing that I've got here at 5722 Tanager Road in Lithia. This is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath property in the Parkside Parkside Village, and it says, live the Fish Hawk lifestyle of Fish Hawk's Parkside Village without the high CDD or HOA fees. Great buying opportunity, listed at $465,000. Beautiful home here, over 3,200 square feet. And its total square footage is 4,276. Beautiful pool home. We're having an open house on Sunday from 11 to 3 at 5722 Tanager Side Road in Lithia. Beautiful property. So let's go ahead and jump into our expert contributor panel. I'm going to round the horn here and make our introductions. Back in studio, Sara Chiarelli, Artful Conceptions. Thank you for coming in.
Thanks for having me. It's good to be back.
Yeah, absolutely. My pleasure. And we're going to talk a little bit about how the lighting choices can make a big difference.
Absolutely. We're going to talk about some lighting. We're going to talk about some tips to make smaller spaces seem bigger.
Excellent. Also in studio, Mr. Tom Keller, Metro Bench. Welcome in, sir.
Good afternoon.
How are you today?
Excellent, excellent.
Wonderful. So we're going to talk with Tom about some marketing, different marketing opportunities that you have out in the community, how to get your word out. There's multiple ways, and it's all about having a marketing mix. And we're going to show you one way that he has a really cool opportunity, cool system that he's seeing working for him. So, yeah, here we are. Let's go ahead and we're going to start off with Sara. We're going to talk with Sara Chiarelli here, Artful Conceptions, and tips to make your home feel larger.
Absolutely. So a lot of times we talk about what makes that space feel bigger, larger. We have things that we think we want to put into a space, and then we put them in, and it seems really small or cluttered. So, right. One of the first things that I always say is go for bigger. I know that sounds really weird. I'm telling you how to make a space feel bigger, and I'm telling you to go for bigger items. But get rid of all the small little knicky-knack stuff. Okay. Go for bigger ones. Mm-hmm. So go for bigger lighting. You want a bigger chandelier over the dining room table. You want maybe go for 2 larger size ones. We're not doing those small little pendants anymore because they do actually make the space feel smaller. So go larger ones in those spaces. Do 2 small chandeliers for your pendant lights, and you'll actually make the space feel larger.
Love it.
Definitely add things like crown molding. It doesn't pull it down. What it does is it actually brings it up. So you're looking up towards the ceiling. Anytime you can do something that's going to make you look up towards the ceiling, it's going to give height to the room, which then makes it feel larger because now we're bringing your eye up to the top. Less ornate over more ornate. If you have super high ceilings where you've got 14-foot ceilings, go ahead and make it as ornate as you want to. But if you've got an 8 or 9-foot ceiling, even into that 10-foot ceiling, you want a simple, clean crown molding that's going to bring your eye up to the height, but not make it feel claustrophobic feeling. Not too much detail going on in that. Paint colors. Yeah. That's always the big one.
What's in today?
What's in today? And it's always changing. And the beautiful thing about paint colors is that it's paint. It can be changed quickly, pretty easily. But we're definitely more on the lighter tones, more neutral tones, more combinations of tone on tones when I want to make a space feel larger. If you have a really small space and you want to do an accent wall in there, make it a subtle accent wall. Don't do a big dark accent wall, that big dark accent wall. And I'm talking, your dark blue colors, your teals, your big, huge red wall, those kind of things that we see a lot. Those are great for homes that have really high ceilings, really big rooms. Don't go put that in a small room. It's going to make it feel like a little small box. So go lighter, go a light tone on tone. Use a flat paint on your walls. You can touch it up much easier, and go with some kind of sheen to your ceiling. That'll bring more feeling and more light into the room. You can also go for a fun wallpaper on the ceiling, something with a little metallic to it. That little extra light coming in and bouncing in that ceiling makes the room feel larger.
Yeah, it's interesting when you think about real estate and you think about, a lot of times people are looking for resale value, when they're making their decisions. So those are some great nuggets of advice there is, go with the earth tones, go with the subtle changes. we love that. And Sara Chiarelli, Artful Conception, she can come into your home and give you a consultation, kind of show you some things that she's seeing in her expertise.
Absolutely. I'd love to come in, do a complimentary consultation, get a hold of us. I'd love to come and meet you, see what it is, see what you're looking for, what direction you want to go in so that we can help you out, because that's really our job, is to take that image, that picture that's in the back of your mind that you want your home to look like, and make it reality in there for you.
Yeah, and she works closely with home remodelers as well, construction experts, like, for example, Jason Avery, our expert contributor in the areas of home remodeling, home construction. She'll go in with him and kind of tag team the space. They'll say, hey, Jason's going to look and say, okay, this is a load-bearing wall. We can't do that, but we can do this. And then Sarah's going to come in behind him and say, okay, well, here's what I'd recommend. Why don't we do this type of an opening, this type of a space? So, a lot of cool things to talk about. And we're going to jump in more of that with Sara Chiarelli. She's the owner of Artful Conceptions, and she's interior design, home decor, helping you in those spaces. Got some awesome hookups with furniture and some other connections there as well, so she can help you save money in these areas, as well as Tom Keller with Metro Bench. Going to talk a little bit about marketing and some of your marketing mix, how you might want to add some different dimensions to your marketing. You got passive, you got the more aggressive, where you're making phone calls maybe with your business. But we're going to talk a bit about marketing and more from our experts here in studio. You're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show, realestateradiotampa.com.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show, hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. I'm Brandon Rhymes, host of the Real Estate Quarterback Show. I'm also the owner of Platinum MVP Realty and a top listing agent here in Tampa Bay, featured in Florida Realtor Magazine, Tampa Bay Business Journal, and others, recognized as innovator in the space of real estate marketing, helping our sellers profit more on the sale of their real estate properties. And I want you to bookmark our website, realestateradiotampa.com. You can also watch the show if you're listening right now, maybe by your home computer or on a smartphone even. Use the Google Chrome app, open up a web browser, and go to our website /live stream, and you can watch the show streaming live. Also from WeBeam TV as well. You can watch the show there as well, see the cameras as you're listening. And before we jump back into this great content, I got a couple of hot listings I want to go ahead and pitch here. Beautiful South Tampa Beach Park property here at 414 South Royal Palm Way in Tampa and Beach Park. It's 4 bedrooms, 3 full bath, 2 half bath, and it's a distinguished South Tampa Beach Park home. And it's got a huge backyard, and a state-style pool, and so many upgrades. Too many upgrades to list. It's listed at $1.27 million, and it's over 4,800 square feet. And that's 414 South Royal Palm Way, Tampa. And also shouts out to Victor Alleman with Platinum MVP Realty. He's got a listing here at 249 Dogwood Trace, Tarpon Springs. This is 4 bedrooms, 4 bath, and it's over 5,480 square feet, listed at $1.15 million, and it's a 4.58 estate through a private gate. Beautiful property here, outdoor pool, great buying opportunity at 249 Dogwood Trace, Tarpon Springs. Beautiful home in the Oak Hill Acres, beautiful Tampa Bay.
No shoes, no shirt, and no problem.
All right, let's go ahead and switch gears. In the first segment, we talked to Sara Chiarelli talking about interior design. We're going to hear more from her as well. But let's go ahead and get Tom Keller with Metro Bench into the mix here. So, Tom, what are you seeing out there, man?
I'm happy to be here today. Thanks for having me on.
My pleasure.
Yeah, excited about this year. It's been I think the economy's turned around. It's doing real well for us.
Good. Pumping. The economy's pumping. So you help people get their companies out there in front of a lot of motorists in the Tampa Bay market.
I do. Metro Bench, I've worked here for 28 years. Company's history, it started in 1951. 3 World War II war heroes in Polk County, Florida.
Yep.
Got together in a JC club, and there were some people standing up at bus stops, and they wanted to have a place for them to sit down. They were sitting on a milk crate or a cinder block or something, and they drove by and said, hey, let's put some benches out for that young lady to sit on.
Nice.
And the next thing you know, they got requests all over town to have them. So they go, wait, this is going to bankrupt the club. And they said, let's put an ad on the back so we can fund the program. And so they started selling the space and then putting them on. There's 14,000 statewide now.
Wow, great idea.
1951, before I was born, but that was a while ago. But yeah, local advertisers. I mean, your show, the sponsors that you have on now, or the who's who of that uses us: roofing companies, electricians. A lot of my first sale 28 years ago was a Remax Real Estate office in Palm Harbor. And anybody like that. And plus, we got some major advertisers. WellCare Health Plan bought 150 of them from me throughout the Tampa Bay market in the last 4 months.
Nice.
We can help the small restaurant owners, places that would normally couldn't afford to do outdoor. It's kind of pricey, but they can, for about $4 a day, they could get on the benches and get their name out there, let people know where they are or what their special is or what have you.
Interesting. Yeah, I saw a mutual friend of ours, Kenny Fernandez, Partners in Network. He's got a couple of them out there now.
Kenny does. He's got that. He's doing real well. I think he was in the phone business or he still is, and then started Partners in Network. Yes, Ken, a real sharp guy. Yeah. He has a few of them in the Tampa market now, but he's contacted him through another networking program. So yeah, it's excited to be working with Ken on his Partners in Network, definitely.
Excellent. Yeah, so when you think about marketing, there's so many ways now that you have different marketing mediums that you're seeing. It's not only it's TV, it's radio. Obviously, you're listening to a radio program now. They got a social media. You've got different choices when it comes to internet marketing, pay-per-click, search engine optimization. So this is one way that you can add, a concrete, freestanding bus bench and add that to your marketing mix. and you see, and Tom, what are you seeing with some of your folks have been with you for a long time? I'm assuming
it has original realtors that bought from me 28 years ago. I got some 28-year clients that actually, when they put their name in a farm area where they use them, they will keep them forever. They just want to have their name out there, but I would, like you say, it's a marketing mix. I would never say, just go get a billboard and just do billboards, put everything into billboards, or just go get benches. I think the radio, the TV, a power package like that works for people. Get your name out there, and social media, you really have to. So a lot of people are putting their website on the bench so that people can go online, and people are hesitant to really call and talk to. So they'd rather just go online and look at what you have to offer, and it's a different way that without having to talk to somebody. Some people just want to find out, if you're a roofer, are you local, are you in my neighborhood, are you close by, or you're out of state. They want to go on your site, get things out themselves, see some reviews or whatever. But the marketing mix is a great idea. Different venues to get your name out there, definitely. This is just one of them.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of things you can do, and that's something that we offer with the real estate quarterback shows. We offer a branding package for any business owners out there. It's an opportunity for you to come on air and be interviewed on air, talk about your business, talk about ways that you're helping and engage consumers out there. And then we repurpose these videos. So everything that we're doing right now, we're recording, we're putting a video content, and then a lot of what we do is about repurposing that content. Google Plus, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, right on down the line. You've got all these different social media sites. So now you're able to repurpose this content. And then, we know where a lot of people are. A lot of people, you walk around a restaurant or wherever you're at, you see that blue bar at the top of their phone. They're on Facebook. They're looking at Facebook. So what do? We take these videos, we pay to promote them on Facebook with a pay. You put $5, $10, $15 a day behind these videos now. Now you're reaching a lot of people on their smartphone, on their device where they're currently at. So if you just joined us, you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show, and I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes here. We've got Sara Chiarelli in studio, Artful Conceptions. We also have Mr. Tom Keller with Metro Bench, a marketing company here in Tampa Bay. So let's bring Sara back into the conversation, Sara. So what else are you seeing? We talked a little bit about, in the first segment, some of the do-it-yourselfers type, how to give that that look of a certain room, but a lot of other areas that you can help people.
Oh, absolutely. And probably one of the biggest areas that we can have the largest impact in a small way is simply your space planning, rearranging how your furniture is. I jokingly say when you have furniture that's all up against the wall, it's all under arrest. And we want to take your furniture out of jail. Don't have them under arrest. Let's move it around. Let's get a floor plan going that actually will create a great flow through it. That alone can just make a home seem brand new.
Yeah, it's interesting. You think about that. I guess a lot of people do put the couch up against the wall. But if you get the space, I guess they're trying to look at ways to maximize the space, maybe.
Absolutely. I think probably one of my favorite experiences of going in and redesigning a client's home was a number of years ago, and I put the whole thing on a diagonal. So as opposed to being, straight, set up directly, everything, flowing in straight lines, we put the whole setup on a diagonal. The room seemed huge. We were able to put in a little bistro dining table into the room because now it's all on a little diagonal. I got the space to fit in here. And I can't tell you how many people they told. They're like, you have to call Sara because she actually can plan this out in a different way, and it's not going to look like all your neighbors' homes. Yeah,
it's awesome. And when you think about a resale of a property, it's all about the lighting. It's about appealing to, all of the senses. You're going to go in, you're going to help folks, reposition property, some of the stuff. You also have the furniture connections that we talk about.
Oh, absolutely. And, we're making the furniture for our clients. We're dealing directly with the manufacturers. I have well over 20,000 fabrics and leathers in my showroom so that we can do anything. We can pick anything. We have fabrics that you can clean with bleach solutions. We have fabrics that you can clean with 409. We have fabrics that go in a washing machine. Whatever works for your lifestyle, that's what we're going to do for you.
Yeah, that's interesting. And so if you just joined us, you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show. Sara Chiarelli here, Artful Conceptions. And so there's a lot of things you can do to help people, not only from a consultative side, but, you have the showroom as well.
Absolutely. We have about 2,000 square feet down in Apollo Beach. We've got 1,000 square feet of showroom where we have sofas and chairs and tables and lamps and accessories and artwork and all those kind of things there in the showroom for people to see. They can purchase it right off the showroom floor or just see the examples of the kinds of things that we can do. And then the other 1,000 square feet is office space, sample rooms. We've got, I can't even tell you how many wallpaper samples that we have, tile samples, stone samples, fabric samples, like I mentioned, all that kind of a thing, so that we can be that one-stop shop for our clients and for our contractors. When we're working with our contractors, we've got it all right there on site.
Very cool. Yep. Let's when we come back, we're going to talk more with Sara as well as Tom Keller here, Metro Bench, and he's on the marketing side. Sara's on the interior design and home staging, and how to properly get your property set up for if you're going to be hitting the market. Let's put that best foot forward. Let's make it look good the first time and reduce those days on the market. The longer a property is on the market, the less likely you're going to get that full price offer. And more from our experts here in studio. You're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show, realestateradiotampa.com.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show, hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. I'm Brandon Rhymes, your host, and also the owner of Platinum MVP Realty. And this segment is brought to you by Smart Move Moving and Storage. They do a great job on our real estate moves, and they've got the on-demand storage as well as Smart Move Moving and Storage. Shouts out to Hannah and Ian over there with Smart Move, official partner of the Real Estate Quarterback Show. And before we jump back into this great content, I got a couple of hot listings here. I got another $2 million listing for you at 527 Cloverleaf Drive in Lithia. This is in the Candlewood Acres. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath property, an average size 322 ranch-style home. But the majority of the value in this property is in the 45 acres that surround it. Great buying development opportunity out in East County, out in Lithia there at 527 Cloverleaf Drive, Lithia, Florida. Just reduced down to $1.999 million. And I also have another vacant parcel of land here at 0 Merlin Drive in Newport Richey. This is in the Hidden Lake Estates, and it's reduced down to $79,000. And this is our very unique community that we have up in Pasco County here. And it's an opportunity to build your dream home and an airplane hangar on this beautiful wooded lot. And it's a nice size vacant lot, 200 feet wide, 465 feet deep, 303 on the other corner. And I got to give shouts out to Captain Will Smith out there with Vision Aviation and Tampa Executive Airport. He's got half off his Discovery flights. He's teaching me how to fly, and he can teach you how to fly as well. Also going down in June next month to go get that $100 cheeseburger with him down in Key West. So shouts out to Captain Will Smith and Smart Move Moving and Storage. So let's go ahead and switch gears. We're going to talk back over here with Tom Keller, Metro Bench. And Tom, you mentioned between the breaks there, you do some work with Big Brothers Big Sisters. Is that right? Big Brothers Big Sisters, Boys and Girls of the Sun Coast. There's 100 charities statewide that have sponsored with us. The program was started as a JC project in Polk County in 1951. Yep. And it's just grown as far as the sponsorships and the clubs that get money from the program every month. And it's just nice to sponsor up with. I guess our latest one would be the Crime Stoppers. We do 100 displays for them throughout the Tampa Bay market as a tip line to turn in criminals. When you say a display, that's an actual bus bench seat. The whole back of the bench. It's a 12 square foot display with a tip line number for them to call in to report crime and help solve some of these crimes that happen in the Tampa Bay area. But as one, and then we'll put out the same thing out for Boys and Girls Club, Big Brothers Big Sisters. We have sponsorship displays we put out. We leave about 40% of the program to that, donated to the sponsors. So I'm curious, so do they pay, or is it completely completely pro bono type and then thing? On top of that, we give money to the clubs to help pay their fees and things that they have, their monthly expenses. Nice. Get a sponsorship. That's awesome. Let's go back to the beginning story, because that was really interesting. So these entrepreneurial guys, they're former military, I think you said. World War II veterans. They came back and they said, you know what, we see the demand. Now, how do we monetize it? How do we go in and monetize it? So they were just able to go and put down the benches wherever they wanted to. They did. And it was in Polk County. Actually, the picture of the original one that was placed was in Polk County, and they saw that the lady was standing up there most of the time and then sitting on some kind of whatever she could find to grab to sit on, wait for the bus. Yeah. And so they just saw a need there and said, well, they put their JC name on it, and so to let the community know where it came from, because they wanted to have members. And the Junior Chamber of Commerce, I guess, was the name of the JCs, and they were very strong, and they wanted membership, young men to come into the club to teach them, to learn, to speak in front of people, and it was a very strong organization back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, very strong nationwide. It's a worldwide organization, but... Yeah, so that's how it started, and they just kept putting them down, and then it spread through the community. I think they went from there to Pasco and Pinellas, and then all over, over the state of Florida. Yeah, I think we've got the Real Estate Quarterback Show is about 8 or 10, something like that out there, and we love the partnership, and shouts out to Tom Keller here in studio, Metro Bench. And all right, let's switch gears here now. We're going to talk with Sara again, Sara Chiarelli, Artful Conceptions. And so let's talk a little bit about, I think, one of the most overlooked areas in a house is the windows. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think we all think that the builder grade blinds and verticals are something that we want to keep for some reason. I actually offer my clients $150 back if I can get rid of the verticals out of their homes, just because it makes me smile that they're going away. But yeah, your window treatments are so important because they finish the look. Yeah. So, don't go put in a beautiful, fantastic sofa and great area rug, and you've got these huge, beautiful tables,
And then you have these slat vertical, blinds that go along and they bang noise. And then one falls because they don't stay put correctly. And, that whole kind of fiasco. You really want to spend the money and put it into beautiful custom window treatments.
And what would that look like?
So, a lot of the things that we do everything from draperies to Roman shades to different kinds of shutters. A lot of times if you're on the coast, shutters are a huge thing that we do a lot of times if you're on a water property. But the other things that we do are what we call a window shading, which I absolutely love. There can be sheer, they can be blackout, but they have veins that turn kind of like a blind does. But they kind of have this pretty little glimmer that goes through when the light hits it. It makes it a little bit iridescent, and it has the sheer material that goes through. We can even motorize them. So everything can be on a remote. You don't have to touch anything. Just one remote does up to 4 or 5 windows all at one time, and so they go up and down, all different kinds of shades. We can do solar shades. Those are kind of fun, a little bit more contemporary styling. But yeah, there's lots of different things that we can do.
Solar shade, talk me through that one.
Solar shades are awesome. I love them. They will reduce up to 98% of all UVA, UVB rays that come in through your windows. We're here in Florida. We get a lot of light, and that damages things in your home, changes colors to your floor, changes, can affect your furniture, all of that. These solar shades can come down and block that out for you so that you're saving, and you save on your energy because it makes your house cooler too. Right.
Yeah, absolutely. You got, I put tint. I remember when I first bought my condo about 10 years ago, I put tint on the side of the house that was facing the south. The sun rises in the east, sets in the west, the whole story. So yeah, put the tint on there, and it blocks some of that heat coming in, keeps that electric bill down, because you always have that one room in the house that may be further away from the air handler, and especially if it's on the south side.
Absolutely. So you always have that one room that's like it's too hot in the summer, it's too cold in the winter because it's not getting what it needs. But yeah, these solar shades are great. They add a little insulation to them. We can put them behind other treatments. So maybe, if you don't like a really contemporary look, because they do have a bit more of a contemporary feel to them, we hide them behind a cornice or a valance or something when they're not in use, all their mechanisms and everything, and then they just come down, and we have some really pretty woven patterns that they can be done in, so they're not just that black screening that we think of with solar shades. Every color, everything imaginable.
Yeah, if you just joined us, you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show, and we got Tom Keller in studio, Metro Bench, as well as Sara Chiarelli, Artful Conceptions, talking about interior design, some of the home decor things. Let's talk about some of the other success stories that you've seen. I know you're recently working on a $1 million project, multi-million-dollar project over by the beaches. What are you seeing out there? What's hot?
Oh, I am. I'm having a ton of fun with this property. We've been about a year on this property. It was a multi-million-dollar property that we've gutted and redone everything into, all new kitchens, pantry, laundry rooms. We've added an entire new master bedroom upstairs, a whole new additional deck off the upstairs. It's right on the water. They have a beautiful dock that's there. We're adding in an outdoor fireplace, redoing all the outside stuff. Some of my favorite things that we're putting in there, we have a swing bed that goes in this house. This is the second property that I've done with this client, and that's a requirement to every house, is that we have to be able to find a place to put a swing bed in where they can lay down, be outside, relax, and just swing and enjoy their beautiful property.
Interesting. Yeah, very cool. Something different, you don't see that.
I love different. I love different because who wants to have exactly what your neighbor has?
Right. Yeah, innovative, different. That's where it's at. Innovation. Peter Drucker says, all business comes down to innovation and marketing. If you're not innovating, you're not marketing. All the other parts of business are a subset of your innovation and your marketing. So your human resources, your operations. You wouldn't have an operations if you weren't innovative. And so that's why, my degree plan back in school was business management with entrepreneurship. So that's why we're trying to do everything we can do to be different and different angles, looking at ways to, really stand out. So So in the next segment, we're going to come back to Sara and also Tom, get some parting words of advice, get some top consumer tips for our listeners out there. And I want you to think of this show as the hub of your financial wheel. Each spoke is standing out, representing another one of our preferred partners. Again, over 75 show partners now with the Real Estate Quarterback Show and our second brand called the Consumer Quarterback Show, all geared toward helping you win in any marketplace. We don't care if you're a stay-at-home mom, you're a school teacher, you're engineering, construction, whatever your business line is, we want you to focus on being great at what you do and allow us to handle these other turnkey solutions for you, whether you've got $100,000 to invest, $100,000 in debt, anything in between. We've got the finest folks in all of Tampa Bay to connect you to. So stay with us for our final segment. You're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show, realestateradiotampa.com.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. I'm Brandon Rhymes, your host, the Real Estate Quarterback Show. And before we jump into this great content, I got a couple of hot listings. I want to remind you, we got an open house going on Sunday from 11 to 3 at 5722 Tanager Side Road in Lithia. This is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath property in Parkside Village in the Fish Hawk lifestyle of the Parkside Village. Beautiful property, $465,000, just listed, over 3,236 square feet. Beautiful pool. There's fountains and just a great backyard here at 5722 Tanager Side Road in Lithia. And we also have a vacant lot. Any builders, developers, entrepreneurs, anybody out there that wants to buy a piece of vacant land and build, I've got a beautiful property here at 0 Point Seaside Drive in Crystal Beach. This is on the Ogden Bayou, and it has just literally been reduced over $180,000 down to $299,000. And build your dream home on this lot, and it's surrounded by multi-million-dollar properties with a beautiful waterfront view. imagine the sunsets and the sunrises that you'll catch at 0 Point Seaside Drive, Crystal Beach. $299,000 for this vacant piece of land. And so we want you to check out realestateradiotampa.com and also save our hotline number in your phone. It's 813-917-1894.
Welcome to my house.
All right, so here we are. We're back in studio live from iHeartRadio here in beautiful South Tampa. We're on Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. We're right here on 1250 Winds. We got a weekend show as well on 102.5 The Bone. And you can catch all of our repurposed videos on YouTube. Check out YouTube videos. You see all the local mayors have been on our show. We've had several authors and celebrities like Warwick Dunn. Shouts out to Warwick Dunn with the Warwick Dunn Charities.
Warwick Dunn. Warwick spins to the 10. He's to the 5. 4, 2. Touchdown.
All right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to enter our lightning round. No pun intended, go Bolts, but this is our lightning round. What we're doing here is top consumer tips, things to do, things to avoid. Let's go right here with Sara Chiarelli, Artful Conceptions.
Number one tip, whenever you think something is too big, go bigger. Because
Furniture-wise,
lighting-wise,
Okay.
when working in a space, absolutely. When you think it's too big, go bigger.
Okay, cool. We'll roll with that. Tom?
I'm looking forward to the Hula Bay thing this month. I went to one before, and it would take me 2 years to get in front of that many people that I could possibly talk to and visit with.
Right.
It's a great way to network and meet people.
Part of the networking package, and it's a lot of fun. We have great people associated with our show. There's so many things we can do to, help introduce you to the right person. We want to be that quarterback on the team, kind of playing that football theme here. Former USF football player, played on the inaugural team under Coach Jim Levitt back in the day. By the way, he's on our YouTube, our channel as well. Great interview with him just about 2 or 3 months ago. And great party coming up on the 21st. Thanks for reminding me, Tom. 21st, 12 noon over at Hula Bay. It's our official restaurant partner. So come out and say hello to our partners, and we're going to have some boats there from Freedom Boat Club. If you want to go on a boat ride, spin there, we'll show you some real estate properties, or maybe we'll just pull the tube around and have some do some kneeboarding out there, and have some fun. Hopefully it's a nice flat day on the bay. It'd be fun. Get out there. But so again, with this show, we want to be different. I don't want to be just another disconnected talking head regurgitating these opinions that you find on Fox News, MSNBC, and CNBC. All these different shows are going to have all these different sensationalisms and things out there. What's the latest with the Kardashian? What is this guy doing? What about Trump? What about Clinton? This show is more of a way to help you live a better life and connect you with over 75 of the best experts, contributors, and business folks here in the Tampa Bay marketplace. And so, Sara, what else are you seeing out there? What's another parting word of advice, something that we can leave our listeners with?
Use your pops of color in small things. So don't put it on the wall. Go for it in your pillows. Go for it in an accent chair. Go for it in a piece of art, that kind of a thing. Go for your big, wild pops of color. Make it in small things that you can move around and change throughout the space.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, because if you go on a big, huge wall, then you get tired of that color 6 months down the road or 8 months. You got to go and repaint that whole wall. Not to mention, if it's a darker color, you got to do multiple coats, don't you? Prime it in multiple coats.
Oh, absolutely. You're doing a whole lot more work, and then maybe your furniture doesn't match it anymore. Because what if you had a white sofa sitting against a chocolate brown wall, and now you want to go neutral, and now your sofa doesn't stand out anymore? So do those big, bright things in your smaller pieces. You have a fun accent chair. Go find a wild, crazy fabric and put it on your accent chair. But don't do it on your big, huge sofa, and don't do it on your wall.
Yeah, there's things also, where Sara and I talked about a certain property I had, and she said, oh, this would be she's got a vision for this, guys and gals out there. So she looked around and she says, well, what if we took this corner of the yard and we put a nice little fire pit out there? Get it creative, put some nice chairs around it. It's a way to maximize your real estate properties.
Absolutely. You always want to think about your outdoor living and your indoor living. They really coexist together. So you could have an absolutely gorgeous home inside, and then they get outside and they're like, oh, what am I supposed to do here? Even if it's the biggest yard that there is, they can't visualize. It's hard for the buyer to visualize what it's going to be. So, inexpensive way, you can put a fire pit in, get some nice chairs that you're going to take with you to your next property, put them around it. You've got, do some planter baskets, Find some big containers, plant some, even if you just plant lemongrass in it, that grows up big, tall, and, around it. It'll give a nice feeling. It'll make it feel cozy.
Yeah, a lot of things you can do with the different plant life. Like the listing I have the open house at on Sunday over at Tanager out there in Lithia. Beautiful property, and I love what he did in the back is to kind of separate himself from the neighbors as he put bamboo, just beautiful bamboo growing so tall.
Absolutely. I love bamboo. Just be careful with bamboo. It grows really, really fast, and it spreads really, really fast.
It'll spread, yeah.
Make sure you're maintaining it. Make sure your yard guy is maintaining it. But it's a fantastic separator. I love it. I love it. I love a little basket of it inside the house, too.
Yeah, my brother used it on his house, and he put a perimeter around it with some, I forgot whatever that is made out of, a little black cylinder-looking thing that went around it to keep it from spreading. Because there's a couple different types of bamboo that will spread, some won't. But, great point there as well. Tom, parting words of advice, and it's really awesome that you guys with Metro Bench, you're doing a lot of community good. I think something like 40% of the media messages you have out there, you're basically donating back to charity. That's awesome. That's commendable.
Yeah, it ties us to the community. We've been here since 1951. We want to do another 60 years, too. Parting words, just if you work in the Tampa Bay market, get your name out there. Buy some air spots on Brandon's show. Put your name on benches. Get out there and let these people know you're going to be here for the long haul, and then don't be afraid to put your name out there in front of the public and tell them what you do in the area if you work in the Tampa Bay market, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can find, again, all of our expert contributors are on the realestateradiotampa.com. You can see Tom's contributor card under the Expert Contributors tab. All you have to do is click that and scroll down. You can see, all the mix of different businesses we have. I think we have 7 or 8 attorneys now focused on different types of law. Yesterday's show, we heard from Sean Yesner, financial solutions attorney, bankruptcy, short sales, loan modifications. We've got immigration attorney Peter Macaluso on the show, criminal defense. We've got cybersecurity and business expert Marshall Berner. I mean, there's so many different attorneys. We have Jerry Slutsky, estate planning attorney. Different ways that we can help you, and not everything's going to cost you money. We have opportunities for you to have a consultation if there's something that you might be facing or ways that we can help you. That's what we put this show together for some 3 years ago to make you more street smart, help you learn about ways to avoid the commission-based advice out there. Let's face it, everywhere you look, you have commission-based advice these days. There's somebody selling something. So this show is to be different. We just want to give you that advice, help you live a better life, and it's kind of our consumer announcement show here. We want to help you with different things in the marketplace. Oh, by the way, we've got a opportunity here for a business networking event. A friend of mine in studio here says it's Thursday morning, June 2nd, 7 to 9 a.m. It's a business networking event to benefit NOTE, the National Organization for Transplant Enlightenment. There's a breakfast, silent auction, and raffle. And the VIP guest speaker is Mr. Martin Cullen, former Secretary of State and former mayor of Waterford, Ireland. Great opportunity here. Check it out. And so Sarah, what else are you seeing out there? I know you do a lot of work with Jason Avery. What a great guy. What a great networker he is, huh?
Oh, he's fantastic. I love working with Jason. He's a lot of fun, and he gets it. So I can send him off quick sketches of drawings and designs and pull it up, and he gets it, and he knows exactly how we're going to be installing things. He doesn't give me that look like, you want to put what decorative, what, where?
Yeah, exactly. And he's done the same with me for some of my different real estate listings. They want a garage. A lot of the feedback has been, we don't have a garage. Well, he did a drawing for me. It's like, okay, so that way the buyer, that prospective buyer, we can kind of eliminate that objection from their what they're looking at. So it's a way that he gets involved. Jason Avery Construction, author of Constructing Success as well. We've got our real estate quarterback show book as well. On Amazon, so check it out and please buy a copy, like it, share it, review it. We really appreciate that. A lot of that goes a long ways these days in this texting, tweeting, and twerking world we live in, right? So it's all internet based and getting out there and liking and sharing and putting these posts out there. So I want to thank Tom Keller, Metro Bench, Sara Chiarelli, Artful Conceptions. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for being a part of the show. And I love our listeners out there as well. And please go out and consider making a random act of kindness. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.